Hey, what's up, guys? It is Undying OGC here. Today we have another special video for you guys. We're going to do a hero spotlight, and today's hero is going to be Rose. Sorry, I had to bust out the King's Mount. Before we jump fully into Rose, I want to give a special shout out to our friends over at Academy of Conquest. Please check out their website. They have a ton of useful information. I was on there today looking at the database for they have every item in game in the database. For the vast majority of them, they actually have even like the flawless stats. So I was going through that to optimize my setups. I'm sure that it will help you out if you go over there. The link will be in the description. Go check out that website and support them. So for today, we're going to discuss Rose. So Rose is a sage, and she primarily focuses with the Lich. And if we look at her weapons, I go with a high magic one, and I mean this weapon just has it all. It's got a little bit of command, a lot of magic, and a bunch of might, considering it's a staff. Um, so go with whatever will boost up or whatever works for PvP. As far as the sets, you have two options. You can run with the Sage set from the Void and or from the Royal Archive. If you have the full set on, then you will get a 20% evade chance bonus. Will help keep Rose alive a little bit. Reality is, if something hits her, she's going to die anyways. Then you have the Dragon set. This set is probably the most important set from the dragons. If you do not have a completed set, focus on getting that. I think with the new update coming, we'll be able to get sets a lot easier. I still don't have this set completed. It's very frustrating to get all of the pieces. However, if you have this, you just need it on one Sage hero. It will reduce all of your cooldowns by 2 seconds at the start of the battle. That is a massive advantage if you have that and your opponent does not. Then for accessories, this is just PvP setup, so I just have something that boosts might and stamina, and then a flawless hand of wisdom, pretty standard. If I was running Lich, there are some accessories that give bonuses to Rose's skills. One of them is the Scarab Idol. This gives +1 to Spider Mastery. If you run spiders as Lich, or you're borrowing spiders, you will want this item. Spiders do a lot of damage. You'll want to sacrifice whatever stat points to get this item out there. A flawless one really isn't bad because it gives stamina. Then there's also +1 for Mothers of Spider. This will put out more spiders from Rose. And I don't know if I have one on me, but there's another one that gives +1 to Spider Web. So whatever skills, if you want to maximize a skill, there are options under accessories. Finally, you have the command setup. This is for queuing up gold troops. So when you queue up gold troops, you want to max out command on all of your characters. It really helps if you have one of these sets across the board for all of your heroes. That way you can just come up and hit like hero set 3 and bam, all of the heroes now suddenly have that massive spike with command. If a character can equip the Masonic Scepter, you want to do that. However, Rose is a sage, so she can't. So whatever item you have that gives the most to command, that's what you'll want to equip. Same thing with all of the other items. When it comes to accessories, flawless hand of wisdoms are good enough. You can shoot for the flawless version of oh, look at all those flawlesses. That's beautiful. You can go for the flawless +1 to magic resist that is from Elena. It will give you one more command. It's not a universal item. I suppose if you have absolutely everything maxed out as flawless divines, go for it if you have nothing better to do. But if all of your characters are not covered in red gear, I'd just stick with Hand of Wisdoms. So I'm just going to set Rose back to her normal. Or yeah, we'll go with normal. And when we look at Rose's abilities, so the first one is Spider Queen. So Rose is similar to Jax, where she costs 3 energy to deploy. This also means for the hero trials, you'll only be able to use Rose once per day. When she starts off on the battle, she'll have a swarm of spiderlings with her. Command on Rose will increase the total power of those spiderlings. Having a higher castle level will also increase the level of those spiralings. Then we have Mother of Spiders. So periodically, Rose will summon more spiralings to join the battle. Leveling this skill up and having higher command will make the spiralings stronger. Next, we have Spiderweb. Spiderweb is a very big AoE or area of effect. It's massive, probably the biggest land-based skill in the game that you can control. And when you deploy it, it will increase all friendly spiders' attack speed and movement speed, and all enemies will get attack speed and movement speed penalty. No matter what your race is, this can be beneficial. If you are playing Lich and you are running spiders, then you will want to maximize this, and this should be one of the first skills you use. Not the first, or maybe even not the second, but you'll want to use this sooner rather than later. And if this the web, any part of it touches one of your big spiders, then that big spider will attack faster. All of the little spiderlings that come out and swarm the field also get the bonus from this. It's also nice to slow down the enemies. Next, we have Venom Explosion. So when a spiderling dies, it pop, and everything around it gets some poison damage. I don't think that this is a this is not a game-breaking skill. It's nice if you have some extra points to throw it in there. Next, we have Spider Mastery. This is just like all of the other masteries. It focuses on spiders, though. It will also, your command will benefit the damage and health that your spiders get. Then we have Toxic Touch. So this will make Rose's basic attacks deal additional poison damage and reduce the ever who she hits in that splash damage. It will reduce their movement speed and attack speed by 40%. When you build Rose, you can either go really shoot for command to give a big bonus to her spiders and or her spiderlings, even the ones that she summons. That's one path you can take, or you can shoot for trying to max out her magic stat, because her magic stat will affect the Toxic Touch, which is actually a really good auto attack ability to slow down enemies. Not only their movement speed, but their attack speed. Or you can go and find some sort of happy ground in the middle. It's up to you. Next is Speed Hatching. Rose summons more spiderlings at the beginning of the battle, increasing the power of them by 5,000. So this just gives her a bunch more little mini spiders at the beginning. So this is I don't even know if I used this one or which one I used, but this is one setup. This is if you're not Lich at all. If you are to play Lich, then this would be a more realistic setup. One in the Venom Explosion, maxed out Spiderweb. There's also that trinket that will give +1 to Spiderweb. You would want to equip that. Spider Mastery, and then of course the item that gives +1 to Spider Mastery, and then as much as you can into all the other skills. You can have a balance. You can try and max one thing out. I kind of like to max out the main skills and then have a balance with everything else. So with all of that, let's set her back to this, and let's see what Rose can do. Let's see if Rose can take on a bunch of packs of level 10 bronze. I have a feeling she can. So Rose goes out. So we can see right here, this is a giant, this is for her spiderweb. It is a giant AoE. So we can put that down to slow everything. Notice all of the little spiderlings walking up. As they hit the spider web, they'll get a little circle underneath them, a very tiny one, and then they'll move faster. So that goes down, and Rose proceeds to keep hatching new spiderlings. Her spiderlings are really good at stalling enemies, save for PvP. You're going to do pretty well at stalling. It's also important to note that all of her little spiderlings can also get effects from items that she's equipping. So that's important. Say she has on the shield item, or somebody near her has on the shield item, um, which I can demonstrate real quick. I think my Tyrden has it. Yeah, so all of the little spiderlings will gain that uh, at the start of the battle. So that will give them a little bit of extra tankiness. But if Rose has a certain items on, play around with it. There's some really overpowered combos with that. I don't want to give it away because I didn't come up with it, but you can do some really interesting things with her spiderlings. If you figure it out, let me know in the comment section. I'll let you know if you're right. But there's some pretty clever things you can do maximizing her spiderlings. So that is Rose. She's very important for Lich. She's amazing for your stall side on PvP. If you have her and Fenris on one side, they'll be able to help stall out that side for a lot longer. So go check out Academy of Conquest. They have a bunch of useful information there. If you go into their item database, you might be able to find some items to figure out which ones make Rose's little spiderlings extremely strong or just valuable for your army. So go check that out on their website. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Our goal right now is hitting 1,000 subscribers so we can do a ton of giveaways and give back to the community. Like the channel. If you play in the game, find one of these videos that you enjoy. Hopefully there is one, and copy, paste it, put it into the game, and share it with everybody. When you do go to copy and paste into the game, I don't know if I can find it, but if you go to put in a website, here we go. The biggest thing that you need to do is you need to come back down to here and capitalize the H. If you put in a website and everything is lowercase, if it looks like this, the HTTPS, all lowercase, it will not go through. It will just look like that, and then nobody can copy and paste it. But if you take it, and you put it in and you just change the H to a capital, then it goes through. People can copy and paste it super easily. So do that, support the channel, go check out Academy of Conquest, and have a great day, everybody.